I know I kind of owe y'all. All right. So, out of all fairness, right? I named this mini drive. The reason I named this the mini drive is because I posted a mini drive on another page, right? So, here, for the last couple of years, I'm thinking, I'm bugging, I'm tripping, I'm going through something. A lot of things that I thought, that I saw, I thought wasn't authentic or real, right? So, let me explain. And it's crazy because I hate to go this far back, right? So, once upon a time, you know, people like Dave Chappelle, people like Wendy Williams, people like Martin, you know, they had these little issues where they was seeing things, hearing things, getting spooked out, right? Meanwhile, I do not really watch other readers, but there's a few other readers that had the same complaints, right? Kind of like to design to tweak you out. Now, there's certain people out here that they fear the mini drive. The mini drive ain't about you. You minuscule in this situation. The mini drive is about how is it possible in general. I could care less about all the minusculities, of the situation, right? All of that is beneath the how is it possible. So I put a post up on another platform and I said, you have a week. I said that, so I don't want nobody to get it confused. I meant that. The problem here is that my heart is so big that I kind of stagnate and slow drag to address situations because I know that there's people who they sleep behind the wheel. I was taught never to sleep behind the wheel. You don't sleep on nobody. You don't sleep on no situation. Nothing. People like to take advantage, right? They take advantage of loyalty. They take advantage of love, and they take advantage of, you know, protecting other people. Period. There's people that protect people out of fear, and there's people who protect people because they care. I'm one of them people that I'll protect you because I care. There's other people out here that protect people because the people that they're dealing with don't know no better. I'm one of those people too. Now, in that, there's always going to be some level of being violated, and that's fine. The strong know they're going to get violated at some point by the same people that they try to protect and make sure it's good. Now, most people going to say, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you, why are you not willing to retaliate? Retaliation is not always valid. It's not always real in real life. Retaliation sometimes just simply come out of fear. Has nothing to do with strategy. It has nothing to do with actually caring. That mini drive is valid. There's no games involved at all. Like I would never violate to let one know that is that real with me, right? For nothing. It doesn't make any sense. Especially because I'm grown as hell. Now, there's a lot of indirects that carry on. And what I learned, and I'm not going to say this is only in my situation, right? Father the Black now. This is not only in my situation. I'm sure this happens to other individuals or has happened to other individuals, right? even in the bully, it has to be some respect in it. And this is another one of the reasons why I stopped reading on drill, because there was no respect in the bully at all. Like, there's rules and regulations that just got washed away. And those rules and regulations is not only in drill, but they in everyday life. They in everyday life. I'm not to be bullied because I don't bully people. If I have love for someone or something, then I love it. Period. There's no faking it at all. The mini drive is really real. I would kid you not. I would not lie. I would not make that up. Because to make that up is to trigger other individuals. And that's not the concept. That's not what I'm trying to do. That's not what I'm trying to do. To try to do that is to sleep behind the wheel. I don't sleep behind the wheel. I don't sleep on nobody at all. They say that you have to have, in disputes, in strategy, the upper end usually is those who have money, those who have quote unquote wealth, or those who have connections. When they play the game, they try to snatch all of that from you. They have to defile your image in some shape, form, or fashion in order to snatch that from you. Most people see it as a strength, and I respect it. I see it as a weakness. That's just me. And this is not about, I'm trying to antagonize anybody or make people feel like, I'm stepping out of character. I'm stepping out of my originality. This is my originality. This is me outside of my spiritual preferences, right? This is me. And I can't stand to be outside of that in real life. I cannot stand it. It just irks my nerves. It just irks me. It really does. But that's how much love that I got. The thing that I've come to realize is that, things get spewed simultaneously, instantly, without thought, without consideration for other individuals, right? And I'm not going to say I'm not guilty of it, because I probably have done it a couple of times my damn self. In this case, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be fair. And that's what I'm saying. Be fair. Be fair with me. That's what I'm saying. Because I'm going to be fair with you. It's just that simple. I still am who I am. This is not about violating. This is not about competition. This is not about trying to prove nothing. I don't have nothing to prove. I'm grown as hell. This is about, I respect your bully, so respect my bully. I respect your ability, so respect my abilities. I respect your creativity and your ability to grow, so respect mine. Period. One who will maneuver. What I used to say when I was younger, when you maneuver the V, maneuvering the V, right, is to kind of like maneuver individuals or situations against one individual. That's a weakness. How do you need so many individuals, so many connections for one person if that person is weak? That's a strength. That individual strong as hell. They weak. Period. How do you need these things? Now, meanwhile, back at the ranch, right? I don't know if I told y'all this. And I'm not going to attribute any of these things to that one particular thing. But I'm going to just leave a side note. People sleep on, sound and waves and the ability to pick up on sounds and waves. People are literally being targeted, don't even know it. Being controlled, don't even know it. Being turned against individuals, don't even know it. Being manipulated. You can't manipulate one individual with a strong mind, so you gotta manipulate the majority with a strong mind against the majority against the individual with a strong mind. It's just a messy mess. And all reality. It's just a whole mess. And the thing that makes it even more interesting is, who's real. Real people can't be purchased. You can't buy them. They can't be purchased out their concept of reality, life, their spiritual beliefs, how they feel, what they think, how they see the world, how they see other people. They can't be bought at all. That's real. Anything other than that is phony as fuck. In real life, excuse my language. If you can be bought, then who are you? You just another product, right? There's those of us who can't be bought, who refuse to be bought, who refuse to be purchased. And because ego gets involved, they try to do it anyway. And then when resistance takes place, instead of saying, all right, this individual can't be bought, they can't be purchased, they can't be manipulated, they can't be turned against their own people. Instead of just tapping out and saying, all right, this person is just, they can't seem to do that. They can't seem to get that. They can't seem to do it. It's very interesting to me. Meanwhile, it's not that natural alchemical process in building individual. There's two processes. There's an artificial process in building an individual, right? Into what an individual wants. There's a natural process. That process has to come from love and concern and the individual's personal experience. And then there's another process that's artificial. And that comes from targeting an individual, gang stalking an individual, trying to convince the individual that they less than. Like I told y'all before in a previous video. Oh, these females over here are small, so they're not most picked right now. Or these females over there, or these males over here are huge, so they're not most picked right now. Or this one don't have pretty hair, so they're not picked right now. Oh, that's my son. So they're not picked right now. So on and so forth. Or this one is not of this particular stage, so they're not picked right now. It's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. There's a lot of rules with me. There's a lot of rules. I respect anybody that's going to tell me how they feel or what they think about me to my face. I respect you no matter what. Even if I don't like you, I'll respect you 150%. And after that, if anybody asks me anything about you, I'm going to tell them I respect them because they ripped me to the gristle, or they didn't rip me to the gristle, or they just told me how they felt about me, period. Outside of that, or how they felt about it. Right, so, the whole thing with the mini drive situation is there's a situation where I'm going to use for example. So, I put up a couple of posts, right? And they were supposed to be my down moments, right? Now, the reason why I put up the post is because I wanted everybody to see a particular thing, to see who was honest, who was real, who's 100. I'm on the phone, right? And I also said thank you. And I also said thank you. I also said thank you to everybody that fell back. Because now I don't have to deal with you and I'm not upset. The thing that people don't understand about me is that the channel it was about more than drill, right? So as a human being, yes, everybody has to show their quote unquote perfections because the majority is judgmental. So they end up having a bunch of fake, phony individuals, and so surrounding them and crowding them, and you know, hee hee ha ha, you know, kind of like Six of Wands kind of thing, right? Everybody parade around you, but is it 100? People, it's so bad with social media that people scared to be themselves. They scared to have drama in their life. They scared to have, like authentic, not no made out, acted out, scripted drama, like real. My mother get on my nerves, or my son irking my nerves, or any of that. Everybody got something to prove, and that's the problem. There's a difference between an individual who got something to prove. An individual that got something to prove is easily led into desperation. A person that has nothing to prove, they fall back and the universe puts it in place. And those who come against them, they become they back in desperation. Like, it's a messy situation. It's a messy situation. And it is a hard situation for me because I actually have a heart and I actually care, and it's actually situations that I don't ever want to be back in or ever want to be in that kind of controls how I react in real life. This live is for those who understand, those who know. Like, people get you all twisted because you tap into your spiritual side and they forget that you still have a human side. There's still layers to you that actually exist. And when a person taps into their spiritual side, it's because they're trying to elude, or they're trying to remove, or they're trying to change certain aspects of them. Period. It's never me against you or me against y'all. It's never that. It's like when I was growing up, it was never a one-on-one fight. It was always me getting jumped. But I'm the littlest. Like, it never ever made sense to me. And I don't care with no story, no excuses. It still don't make no sense. Still no fair. Still not right. I don't appreciate it, but I'm over it. So, anywho, that's what this mini drive situation is about. It's 100. It's all the way real. And every day I take a little bit of meditation to figure out how to deal with it. Every day. Because I still consider other people. And that's not out of fear. That's just out of because there's particular situations that I don't ever want to ever experience again. So I don't want nobody else to experience them. And that's where it gets sticky. Now hold on one second. And that's where it gets sticky at. That's just where it gets sticky. But anyway, see you later. Follow Black now.